to Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, who had the call of this game. And Joe, I mentioned the game against Buffalo earlier this year, 238 scrimmage yards, had over 200 in this one. He's the second man in the history of Monday Night Football to have more than 200 scrimmage yards in back-to-back Monday night games, along with Jerry Rice, which makes us all, I think, wonder, what happened in the middle? How did this Atlanta team that's capable of nights like tonight have the season they've had? What do you think?
Yeah, it's kind of confounding is the word that comes to my mind, because we see how much skill they have. I mean, on defense, the drafting they've done, the way Pitts has played, the guy on the left there, I mean, that's Elijah Wilkinson as right tackle. Bijan Robinson is just sensational. Kirk Cousins has played well, and that's part of it. I think they've played better with Cousins since he's come in. But it's a great question, and I don't know that anybody has a perfect answer to it, just inconsistent. And it's a young team, but, hard to believe that they are on the outside of the playoff picture when they can roll out this kind of talent for a game like tonight and beat the Rams.
Troy, is a workload like Robinson shouldered tonight something that could be sustainable over the course of 17 seasons? Because, man, they put a lot on that young man's plate this evening.
They sure do. I mean, it would be hard to believe. I mean, it was just what a treat to get to watch him play tonight. I mentioned it during the broadcast. Coming into the game, he was accounting for 40% of his team's offensive total yards, which was the most in the league. At one point tonight, I don't know what he finished with, but it was at 70%. So, I mean, it tells you just how dominant he has been throughout his career, and then certainly this season, and then once again this evening. But, he's a special talent. And I just hate the fact that as good as he has been since he came into the league, that he's yet to experience, some of the great things that come with being a really special player, and that is playing in the postseason, and he hasn't even had a winning record. So that part of it's been disappointing, but he's an upbeat guy. Got a chance to visit with him. Couldn't speak more highly of him, and a great face for our league.
Indeed. He's going to join me coming up on SportsCenter in a bit. We'll get more thoughts from him on an incredible performance. Just a quick thought from you both about the Rams, because their trajectory, right? They were soaring around the top, looked like they could perhaps be the 1 seed. A big lead gets away in Seattle. A chance to come back tonight falls short in the end, and now not limping into the playoffs, but this isn't the what you want to take with you into the postseason, Troy. Just if you could give me your first thought on where you think they're headed.
Yeah, no, I think they'll be fine, and you hate to say that after a performance that they had tonight, but they were without 2 starting offensive linemen. They were without Devontae Adams. That's huge. On the defensive side of the ball, they were without their nickel corner, Josh Wallace, who would replace Quentin Lake. And Quentin Lake is a difference maker on the defensive side of the ball, and he's expected to be back. So this team was a little shorthanded. A lot of teams are around the league. I'm not making excuses for them, but they're going to – it looks like they're going to have their full complement of players when they get to the postseason. They're really well coached. They're really talented. I can't imagine. Of course, on any given game, you can go out and play like they did tonight. But if they're playing good football, they're a tough out.
Joe, your thoughts on that as it relates to the Rams?
He read my mind. I mean, think about the firepower that was not available tonight. And it's not like the 49ers. Now, there are reports that Fred Warner may come back for the postseason. We'll see about that. It would be remarkable to come back from a dislocated and broken ankle in that amount of time. But it's at least on the board right now. But they're not going to get Bosa back. They've got big pieces that aren't there. The Rams' big pieces are all coming back. Devontae Adams, the 2 offensive linemen, Quentin Lake, who's a stud safety that plays really 3 different positions on their defense. Don't get fooled. This is still a really good team. It may not look good the last 2 games. In moments it did. But this is still a dangerous team with a tremendous head coach. They take a step back, but they're going to be a handful.
I agree with you both. And short week, we look forward to the call Saturday as we got a gigantic game between Seattle and San Francisco. We will visit then. Travel safely, gentlemen.
Thank you, Scott.
See you, Scott.
SportsCenter from the very jubilant ATL, where the Falcon fans are cheering as Bijan Robinson goes nuts tonight, and it's a 27-24 victory for the Falcons. Their first win on this field since Monday night against Buffalo. You all just need to play every game on Monday night, and everything would be great. You have a couple of the guys that have done all the heavy lifting for you up front. I just told you when you sit down. I know you lean into your faith heavily.
Yeah.
All glory to God, understood.
Yeah.
Tonight, on top of that, all glory to the men up front.
Yeah.
Chris Lindstrom, Elijah Wilkinson. It's fun to give the big fellas some love. I'll let you brag on them. How much of your night can be attributed to them?
Well, like you said, my faith is the biggest thing, so I got to give honor to God, man, and for letting him just, put us in this position, getting us this win today. So, without him, it wouldn't have happened. So I got to give him all the credit for myself, for them, for the whole team. So, man, praise God, man. But without them, nothing would happen. Nothing would get going. Obviously, Chris, he's a leader of the guys. Elijah, he stepped up this year, and we had an injury at one of our positions, and one of our brothers got hurt. So Elijah came in and became, such a centerpiece of this whole offense. But, it wouldn't have happened without the leadership of Chris and these guys and the whole team, and Raheem giving us the opportunity to go out there and just have fun and get the win.
All right, we've heard a lot from you all year. Let's let the big fellas talk.
Yeah,
I would just ask you how you best describe what it is to have as talented a player as there is in the league running behind you.
Yeah, I would just say that Bijan started off, first and foremost, is probably the greatest person as an individual that's ever been in the locker room. And he's an inspiration to all of us. And like I said, he gives credit and glory to God. It reminds all of us to be a better person, foremost. And then as a teammate on the field, he's the most dynamic player in the NFL. And so we know we have the responsibility of, if we can get him up to the second level untouched, magical things can happen. And so you saw that today. And our connection as a group, highs and lows, Bijan's always there to pick us up.
Elijah, how would you sum up what it is to when you see him burst through? No one's catching him. What's it like when you see him? And I'm going to get your thoughts on the 93-yarder because that's the longest of your career. But on a play like that, what all goes through the group's mind?
Man, just honestly a breath of fresh air. Honestly, as soon as it happened, I was on a knee because I had got tripped up and I just pointed up, man, just thanking God, man, and just that's who we do it for, and we glorify Him, and none of this is possible without Him. But Bijan is, a heck of a player. I give credit to Coach Ledford, all the guys in our room, getting us prepared and getting us on the right guys and able to make those kind of things happen and able to get him to the second level and do what he does.
I need to bring you back in here because once you get past, the defenders, Ryan just says to me, no one's catching him. But they can't catch you or you're going to hear from guys. What are you thinking as you look up on the Jumbotron and see a pursuit coming?
Well, unfortunately, we don't have a Jumbotron.
Oh, I wasn't in that direction. Oh, that's right. That's where the window is.
Yeah, so
I beg your pardon.
I gotta keep looking back to see if I'm not gonna get caught or not. So, but I mean, as soon as I broke free and as soon as I made that guy miss, I was like, I gotta get in the end zone. I can't get caught because I would have got clowned on all week.
Even you,
by
right?
them. My running back coach, Coach Petrie, he would have clowned on me so bad. He would have fined me. So, man, it was a big moment. I think it was a huge momentum shift, though, when that did happen.
I'd love to give all of you all an opportunity to brag about what your defense did tonight. Because as I said at halftime, we had about a 2.5-hour show tonight. We talked a lot about you. We talked a lot about your guys' opportunity tonight. We talked a lot about the Rams. We did not talk a lot about your defense, and that's on us, hand up, because they've been much better getting after the quarterback this year.
Man.
But their ability to turn over the Rams, how much did that play, Chris, in your all's opportunity to win this football game, the defensive performance?
Yeah, I think it started with Caden Ellis in the locker room pregame. And
what did he say?
He said, we're going to feed off of each other's energy, and somebody makes a play, elevate each other. And I think they did that in so many ways today. I think we did that, and there was constant love and support on the sideline. And when you feel that energy as a team, it's able to feed into that momentum. And we obviously faced some adversity in the late third quarter. But when you have that energy and belief in one another, I think we were able to overcome it. And again, those guys made incredible plays. But the energy that gave each other was true team complementary football.
I'm interested, Elijah, in this time of year when a team that knows that, all right, the playoffs not for us, we're not going to be part of it this year, what it takes to have the type of effort that you all had tonight, to be as resilient as you were in the face of potentially letting this league get away. Just the message throughout was what tonight?
oh man, like we're playing for more than just wins and losses. This is pride. This is our job. This is what we do. Like we're not gonna. We never come out here to lose.
Sure.
You know, we're coming out here to win every single time we step on this field. So you know, we're gonna take the field every time that way. Whether it's the Seahawks, whether it's the Rams, whether it's anybody who's coming against us. We're taking the field to win. So I think that was the big message: is just feed off the energy and just keep it going all game and just stay positive and be ready to face adversity when it comes and fight through it.
And it was evident because this was a 60-minute effort. And I talked about your faith. I had a coach back in the day where in our pregame prayer, when he was done, he would always say the same thing. The other team prays too, so let's not make God choose. So with that in mind,
absolutely.
With that in mind, as you're watching Puka Nacua, who's insane on the sideline, I thought he caught it. A lot of the fans are asking me, did he catch it? And I said, I think he caught it. And then I saw the angle where he didn't. What goes through your mind as you're trying to withstand that?
Well, me and my teammate Tyler Algier, we looked at each other. We were like, nah, like this can't be the way we lose on this play right here. So when it showed the replay of him of AJ grabbing his arm and him dropping it,
and that was it.
That was it. But it's those moments right there where you can't control it. So all you can do is just pray and hope that he gets a drop and he gets down so we can just finish the game and win it.
It was that close away from them having an opportunity. Yep. You might have been praying right there.
I was, man. I was scared. I was like, he did not catch this football.
You guys have stacked a few victories here. You have an incredible performance tonight. How do you take this runway that's left with this one last little bit and take this and package it into something that can be worthwhile moving forward as a group?
Yeah, I mean, we had the expectation for ourselves to try and win the division this year and make the playoffs. We fell short of that, but I think it speaks to the character of the team, the connection that we have for each other, and there was at no point that we ever said, we're pulling our foot off the gas.
Right.
And we really came together as a unit, and Bijan texts us every single week, highs and lows. And we knew that the plan that we put in, that the results are going to come. And so our belief in the staff, our belief in one another, and a belief in our preparation. And I'm so proud of our guys that we finished strong. Like we said, it'd be very easy to pull off, but we have so much pride and love for one another to come out here and to finish the season strong and finish the right way, because that's what the fan base deserves.
Elijah, what thought would you add to that?
I'd say somewhat of the same thing. I mean, we're playing for more than just wins and losses at this point. It's pride. It's everybody coming together and just making sure that we stay together as a team and to feed on this energy and just continue it into the next game and the next game and into next season. So I think that's what we came out here and did tonight.
I'm going to give you the last word, and I'm curious about one thing as it relates to the workload tonight. I asked Troy, I said, would a workload like you had tonight be sustainable? I'm just interested in how you would view that. If looking at next year, would you say, give me the ball, what was it, 22 touches and 5 grabs? Sure, I'll take 30 touches a game. Does that feel reasonable?
Hey, man, whatever I can to help this team win is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure I always continue to take care of my body at the highest level, and they all have a plan for me in there to continue to be as fresh as I can. And, it's all a testament, like I say again, to God and giving me, no injuries and to be my best for them. So whatever I can to do and whatever I can to help get us a win and put stuff up like that, then we'll do it. 2
Monday night performances. How about, I'm just going to give you this on the way out. I know you're young, but I know you know the name Jerry Rice. There's only 2 people in Monday Night Football history that have ever had back-to-back games with 200-plus scrimmage yards.
Wow.
One is named Jerry Rice, and you're the other one.
Oh, wow.
It's an unbelievable
That's incredible.
He a legend.
That's the company you're keeping. You're keeping good company with these guys. You're keeping his jersey clean, and you're making him look great. I appreciate your time, man. All the best in the new year, health and happiness, and thanks for sharing some time with us tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Bijan and the big fellas up front making him look good. It's Chris Lindstrom and Elijah Wilkinson. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Poorly. I obviously didn't play well enough. Nothing they did, to be honest with you. Same kind of stuff that they've been doing all year. Just we didn't execute well enough. I obviously didn't play well enough, and that's what it is.
We make no excuses, but we weren't good enough. I do like the fight of this group, the way that we handled ourselves in the second half. And we had our chances to be able to close that game out. And here we are again in a disappointing situation. But this is a humbling league, and we got humbled tonight. Ultimately, it's my responsibility to have us ready to go, and we weren't ready to go from the jump. And that I did think our special teams was a major step in the right direction. That was a positive. I thought the blocked kick with the touchdown, those are the types of plays you have to make to get yourself back in the game. We did that. We were able to get back and tie it. And then we got to get a stop. And then we got to be able to make the plays that we're capable of making when we do get the ball back to even give ourselves a chance to be able to tie it up, because there were some opportunities to do that. But it was too many things to overcome. We put ourselves behind the 8 ball, and that's why we're sitting here with the L.
Nothing you can do but eat it, right? You're down 21, come all the way back to tie it at 24, and ultimately fall short by 3. Ryan Clark is alongside, and it's Bijan Robinson. And it's, I mean, what was cool was seeing that young man light up when I told him he was on a list with Jerry Rice. Those are the only 2 guys ever to have 200-plus scrimmage yards back-to-back Monday night games. He's an astounding talent. What do you want to highlight?
You know what's funny about that is Bijan's 24, 25 years old.
Never saw him.
He never saw it in person.
Nope.
He never actually got to see Jerry Rice to know truly how large of an accomplishment that really is to be on any list with one of the legends of this game. We were on the sideline when Bijan Robinson scored this 93-yard touchdown, and it's really going to be about 4 people. You're going to highlight Kitchens on defense and McCullough on defense. McCullough's going to miss a tackle early, and Kitchens is the guy that's going to get blocked by Drake London, who's the receiver here. And what we're going to get is Bijan Robinson flowing here, and McCullough's going to make the right decision and try to force him back inside or make the tackle. Here, when you watch it play, it's such a great fit by McCullough right as he slides in. But if you pause it right here, it's the vision of Bijan Robinson. He's going to cut here, which makes McCullough miss the tackle, and then he's going to get upfield and out to the sideline. The huge play is going to be made by Drake London, who's going to go from blocking the corner and then move upfield to get Kitchens here, which is what's going to spring Bijan Robinson to get down the sideline. As you let it play, this is how big plays are made. They're not made by themselves or by one player. It's the reason Bijan Robinson was sitting here with 2 other Atlanta Falcons offensive players who were linemen who sprung him the entire day. It's those kind of plays, in my opinion, though, Scott, that put him in a league of his own. We were having the conversation of the McCaffreys and the Gibbs and the Saquon Barkleys. Right now, there's no one doing it at a higher level than Bijan Robinson.
We agree, and I think we agree as it relates to this LA Ram team. And asking Joe and Troy what kind of trajectory they feel like they're on, they were quick to point out the O-linemen they were without tonight and some significant pieces, Devontae Adams, some secondary players that they'll be getting back that are difference makers. You told me last week you trusted the Rams in this open season, this wide open season in the NFL. You still like you trusted them as much as anyone. Have these last 2 weeks at all impacted that?
I still trust them. I feel like the gap between the Los Angeles Rams and the rest of the pack has closed. I feel like the Seattle Seahawks have closed ground. The San Francisco 49ers have closed ground. Yeah. You know you're going to play a Philadelphia team. Even with the inconsistencies offensively, they'll have a football team that can get stops and that have played well against the Rams in the last 2 years. And so what felt like a no-brainer, this is not only the best football team in the NFC, but Los Angeles is the best team in the entire NFL, seems like a much more open race than it did 3 weeks ago.
Isn't this an odd season?
Yes, it's
every time I feel like I got to read on somebody, they lose a game.
You know what happens, and you can tell me if I'm misreading this. We always talk about the imperfection and parity of the league, right?
Yeah.
But then there's always the team that is less imperfect than everyone else. Whether it's the Kansas City Chiefs or the Philadelphia Eagles, it's like, yeah, they aren't perfect, but they're much closer to it than anybody else in this league. I don't feel like we have that one team. If the Houston Texans make a run, you won't be surprised. The Patriots make a run. I think there's so many teams right now that if they get hot and stay healthy, have a chance to get to Santa Clara.
I agree. I think you want one thing you feel like you know for sure is going to show up. Maybe it's the Texans defense. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's hiding in plain sight. Maybe it's the San Francisco team.
My question to you would be, in a week where Drake May throws 5 touchdowns, has he secured the MVP after Matthew Stafford's performance?
Well, I mean, that pendulum swings wildly back and forth. I mean, the Jets didn't put back a ton of opposition, but I mean, Matthew Stafford, he said it was on him tonight. Maybe Maybe. If it does, he's played phenomenal all
Yeah.
year. But you got to look at who he played against, which wasn't a great schedule.
Yep.
There is this bizarre scenario, which only gets more bizarre with this. Because Atlanta won, the NFC South gets as weird as it could possibly be, because the Carolina Panthers clinched the division with a win over Tampa Bay or an Atlanta win, which means Carolina could go to Tampa and lose and still get into the playoffs if the Falcons beat the Saints, which maybe is the correct way for the NFC South to play out.
Right now, our friend Gordo wants the college football playoff committee to step in and pick the NFC South team or give them a tribute like on the Hunger Games so someone else can go.